Did you know that nearly 1 in 3 Americans have no retirement savings at all? And for those who do save, many are unsure if it'll be enough to actually retire comfortably. If you're like most people, you've probably found yourself asking, how much should I save? How do I get started? And maybe most importantly, how can I do all of this without losing my mind? Today, we're diving into how you can save for retirement, stress-free. Yes, really. You can take control of your future without all the anxiety that often comes with it. So, stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll feel confident about your retirement plan, and who doesn't want that? Before we dive deep, I need to throw out a quick disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Mentioning any apps, products, or services doesn't mean I'm endorsing them. Always talk to a certified financial professional to get advice tailored to your unique situation. Now, let's get to work. Saving for retirement can feel like a mountain to climb, but I'm here to show you how to make it feel like a walk in the park. First off, you need a game plan. And let's be real, winging it isn't a plan, it's a disaster waiting to happen. You need to start by understanding what retirement will actually cost you. Here's a quick reality check. The average American spends about 80% of their pre-retirement income in retirement. That means if you're used to living on $60,000 a year now, you'll need around $48,000 per year in retirement just to maintain your lifestyle. And of course, the longer you work, the more you'll need for healthcare and any unexpected expenses. So how do you actually know how much to save? This is where we start getting practical. First, know your retirement number. There's a simple rule called the 25x rule. It's pretty straightforward. Multiply your desired annual retirement income by 25. So, if you want to retire on $50,000 a year, you'll need $1.25 million in your nest egg. But that's a huge number, you might be thinking. Well, it's not as daunting as it seems if you start early and stay consistent. And trust me, it's never too late to start either. Now, how do you actually save this much without breaking the bank? First, let's talk about your 401k or IRA. If your employer offers a 401k match, take full advantage of it. That's essentially free money, so don't leave it on the table. Contribute at least enough to get the full match, even if that's all you can do at first. You'll be amazed how quickly that adds up over time. And speaking of time, let's talk about compound interest, the magic that makes all of this possible. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. If you start saving $500 a month at age 25, by the time you're 65, you'll have over $1 million, assuming a 7% average annual return. But if you wait until you're 35 to start saving that same $500 a month, you'll end up with less than half of that. So start early and be consistent. But what if you're behind? Don't panic. Let's say you're 40 and retirement feels like it's fast approaching. Here's the plan. Max out your retirement contributions each year. For 2023, the contribution limit for a 401k is $22,500 or $30,000 if you're over 50. If you're working with an IRA, the max is $6,500 or $7,500 if you're 50 or older. And while it's tempting to dip into those funds for something else, don't do it. The tax advantages of retirement accounts make them the best way to save for the long haul. Now, let's talk investments. It's important to have a diversified portfolio. That means mixing things up with stocks, bonds, and maybe even real estate or alternative investments. The stock market historically gives you a 7% return on average per year. But it's important to adjust your risk tolerance as you age. When you're younger, you can afford to take on more risk because you have time to recover from market dips. But as you get closer to retirement, you'll want to move more of your money into safer investments, like bonds. And speaking of bonds, they're a great way to balance the risk in your portfolio. But here's the thing. They're not always going to give you the returns you want. The key is finding the right balance. If you're in your 20s or 30s, focus more on stocks, especially index funds, which track the broader market and have low fees. As you get closer to 50 or 60, you'll want to dial back the risk a little and include more bonds to protect what you've built. Now, this is where the stress-free part comes in. Once you've got your 401k, IRA, and investment strategy in place, Make it automatic. Set up automatic contributions to your retirement accounts. And don't look at it. Out of sight, out of mind. The less you think about it, the less you'll stress over it. And the less you stress, the more likely you are to stick to the plan. But what if you've got debt? Here's the trick. Pay off high-interest debt first, like credit cards, because those interest rates can easily eat into your ability to save. Once the high-interest debt is gone, you can ramp up your retirement contributions. The goal here is to build a system where saving for retirement doesn't feel like a huge sacrifice. It's about creating habits that set you up for success. You can still enjoy the present while planning for the future. It doesn't have to be an either-or situation. All right, let's bring this all together. Saving for retirement isn't just about throwing money into a 401k and hoping it works out. You need to, 1, know how much you need to retire. 2, take advantage of employer matches. 3, start early and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. 4, max out your contributions, especially if you're behind. 5, diversify your investments and adjust risk as you age. 6, automate your savings to make it stress-free. 7, pay off high-interest debt to free up more for retirement. No matter where you are in your retirement journey, the key is start, stay consistent, and be patient. Which tip resonated with you most? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more ways to level up your finances, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a video. If you found this helpful, there's a video coming up that's going to take your savings game to the next level. Click to check it out. Remember, no one's ever too late to start. Keep making those smart moves for your future.